Alright everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Rob at Smirking Gun Reviews. We are back with another episode of Final Viewings, a series where I pick a movie that after given much consideration, I probably will never see again after this final time. The criteria pretty much is that, can I honestly say that I will take the time out of my life to see this movie if I don't force myself to? And it doesn't mean I don't like the movie. It's just a realistic look of, usually these are going to be movies that I haven't seen in quite a long time. And I don't just mean like by a couple of years. Like the movie this time, I think it's been about 18 years, close to that since I've seen this movie. And there's a reason for that. I don't own it. I haven't owned it in about 20, about the same amount of time. Unlike Runaway, which came out when I was like 9 and never saw it. That was just youth growing up, the movie I really liked as a kid, and then life just happened and all of a sudden you're 43 and you haven't seen that movie in 30 years. And then you realize that even though you like that movie, you just probably won't see it again. And that's what I had to do here, because it was hard coming up with a movie to think about this time. I have other movies, but I wasn't going to do them yet. I was trying to think of something else. And I finally figured it out. A movie, like I was saying, that I haven't seen in about 18 years or so since it came out. When I saw it a ton of times. I saw it too much. And that movie is The Sixth Sense. Now, before anybody jumps down my throat of like, why am I saying this is the last time I'm going to see this movie? It's because, and if you haven't seen this movie, it's great for the first maybe 2 times you see it. But after that, in my case, and I know I can't be the only one, it just loses. It's not the writing, not the acting. It's just that you're sitting around knowing and waiting for the end to come that you already know is going to happen. And so it kind of loses all tension. Not all of it, but kind of just you're just sitting there going, because I said spoilers, all right? So if you haven't seen this movie, go watch it, okay? Because I watched it today for the first time with my nephew, and I didn't know he hadn't seen it, and he loved it. And I was really glad to be the first person to watch it with him. And I hope that, he'll watch it again at some point, because, he hasn't been overexposed to it. So if you're still here, means that you've either stopped it and watched it and came back, or you don't care about spoilers, or you've seen this movie a bunch of times and you know what I'm talking about. So yeah, forget about the whole I see dead people thing, okay? That was in the trailer. We all know Haley Joel Osment's Cole sees dead people. It's the whole, that Bruce Willis has been dead the whole time. I can't watch this movie without just going, I'm just waiting for the end. And that was then. That's what was my thinking before I forced myself to watch this today. Because even, and I watched it, I really enjoyed it, but I still, now that I'm thinking about it, and it was like another 18 years, I'm like, will I honestly see this movie ever again? Now, I got a lot of life to live, but if I hadn't forced myself to watch this today, I don't know when I would have watched it ever again. Because it's just one of those movies that I can see in my head the whole way. Just, I may not know every line, but I can just, he's dead. Now, I know the ends to tons of movies. But for some reason, the entertainment value of this one just has diminished over time because of what I know about it. It's the problem with things with twists sometimes. Sometimes the twist is so good you don't care. And I'm not going to give... I shouldn't give any specifics on that. I almost did one because, but let's just move on. And so there were times when this movie came out, and after I saw it, I would try to watch it with the same kind of lens that you try to do, which is like try to watch it from different perspectives. Try to watch it and I've done the whole pretend that you don't know. But and you can't, that's really hard to do. And so this time when I watched it, I just tried to, what I focused on was the writing and the performances, and they're all just so good. Not good enough for me to like go, okay, yeah, I'll watch this every couple of years. I mean, I might, if I'm like 80, 90 years old and I haven't, seen this movie since then, maybe. But for the most part, I can pretty much guarantee that I won't need to see this movie again. Bruce Willis is great in this. He's not yippee-ki-yay motherfucking John McClane. He is understated. Haley Joel Osment is just so good. I don't think he didn't win for Best Supporting Actor in this year. I think it went to Michael Caine in The Cider House Rules, which, seriously, look, I love Michael Caine. And The Cider House Rules is a pretty good movie. But better than this kid? Come the fuck on. Toni Collette is, this is one of her earlier, big Hollywood movies. And she's just so great. It also has like one of the first appearances of Misha Barton in a very small ghost role, and she's fine in it. She's a ghost. But I also just really like the writing, all the little conversations, little details like on the home video of Bruce Willis's Malcolm's character's wedding. Just the people, the way they talk in the videos is really, interesting. The conversation between the Indian couple contemplating buying the ring, just little details of are really good in this writing in this movie. It could just be a throwaway thing, and it has one of the greatest beginnings of a movie and of this kind of movie that I've ever seen. They're just so comfortable and having this like nice relaxed time that just turns into a fucking nightmare like on a dime. And Donnie Wahlberg, who, look, in this movie, I thought it was incredible what that guy did. But I remember seeing it the first time, I was like, Donnie Wahlberg, the fucking New Kids on the Block? But I was immediately like flipped around and went, wow, he's really good in this. Like, I didn't know he was an actor. I just thought he was in a terrible 80s boy band. But he brought it. He did a good job in that one scene he had, and then poof, haunting stuff. Now, I don't really care for Blue Bloods or whatever the hell it is he's on now, but this role, this one little part, did kind of change my mind about a former boy band guy. The conversation that Cole has with his mother in the car at the end, that's just, I was sitting there next to my nephew like going, don't you fucking cry. Don't you fucking cry. Because that still hit me, man. That like moment of her feeling like, what the hell is my kid saying, to realization that he's telling the truth, and what he's saying is heartbreaking and moving at the same time. And it's like they have this great just moment together, which just totally kills me. Olivia Williams doesn't have much to do. She has to do a lot with almost nothing. So she's really great in this too. But the thing that, one of the things that just didn't hold up for me is the scares. This is like kind of like the early days of like jump scare type things where music cuts in, bang, as like something goes across the screen. And I barely flinched. I don't think I flinched at all. I don't even think, like my nephew on the other hand, he's kind of like, oh, I don't want to look up. And that was great. Having that experience for the first time where you don't even really want to look at the screen because you're worried about what you're going to see. That was fucking awesome. For me, I'm jaded and seen too many things to be scared over every little thing. But I don't know. It does, the acting and the writing holds up really well. It is what got Shyamalan on the map. This is not my favorite one of his movies. That's Unbreakable, hands fucking down. But, like I feel bad that I can't turn my brain off enough to consider this a movie where I would probably watch every couple of years. It bothers me that I know myself that well sometimes to know I don't really need to see this movie again. Like, why can't I watch this movie again, but I can watch fucking Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom like 60 more times? Even though I know that movie by heart. It's just, I don't know. Maybe because there's, like I said, the twist factor. I can't just, when a movie just kind of, maybe someday when I go, you know what, I need to watch a movie with really good writing and good performances, and I'm like 80 years old, I'll go, you know what, I haven't seen The Sixth Sense since I made that video 100 years ago. But until that day comes. Anyway, so like I said, if you are watching this, hopefully you have seen the movie at this point in the video. I did say spoilers, so hopefully if you are watching this, you have seen the movie by now. Otherwise, whoops, maybe you came in and forgot that I said spoilers. So, anyway, I know some people are probably going to be like, you're crazy for saying this about The Sixth Sense, but I honestly can say that I don't need to see it again. Even, because I can see it in my head perfectly fine. Anyway, so I do want to mention I did get my shirt from the game, that's inspired from the game, that I was drugged and left for dead in Mexico, and all I got was this stupid t-shirt. I wish I had it when I made the review for the game. But I got it in the mail today and I decided I needed to wear it immediately. So we did just post videos for an episode of The Expanse today. We also did a video for Castle Rock's newest episode yesterday. We've got The Man in the High Castle Season 2 finale ramping up for Season 3 to premiere on October 5th. And I also just posted up my Essential Film Series Episode 2, The Ghost in the Darkness, starring Michael Douglas and Val Kilmer. I'm really proud of that video, so go ahead and check that out if you feel like it. Otherwise, if you like this video, please hit the like button, comment, share, subscribe, all that jazz. And otherwise, we will see you on the next video, and you have a great day. Bye.